Trump opened the door to the Federal Communications Commission's revoking licenses of television networks over negative coverage. Trump suggests FCC could revoke licenses over negative coverage. Speaking with reporters aboard Air Force One, Trump opened the door to the Federal Communications Commission's revoking licenses of television networks over negative coverage. "I mean, they're getting a license. I would think maybe their license should be taken away. It will be up to Brendan Carr," Trump said, referring to the chairman of the FCC. "I think Brendan Carr is outstanding. He's a patriot, he loves our country, and he's a tough guy, so we'll have to see." Trump also said of evening shows on network TV, "All they do is hit Trump. They're licensed. They're not allowed to do that. They're an arm of the Democrat Party." Trump last night lauded ABC for indefinitely pulling Jimmy Kimmel Live over comments its host made about Kirk's assassination, writing in part on social media, "Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done," and naming other hosts he wanted booted. A White House vow to dismantle left-wing organizations may be easier issued than implemented, according to experts. "There's not a lot of federal law on this," said Scott Walter, president of the Capital Research Center, a Washington-based nonprofit organization that tracks progressive groups and is influential in conservative circles. "Frankly, the states and localities should be doing a better job of prosecuting criminal activity, as they did in the 1960s. They have enormously more manpower." His point hints at the challenge administration officials have as they try to respond to anger over the SEPT. 10 Assassination of prominent conservative activist Charlie Kirk with a concrete plan of action. White House officials, including Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance and Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, have accused left-wing groups of fomenting political violence in the wake of a killing that shocked the nation and left the president's MAGA base with a mix of grief, fear and fury. Former Vice President Kamala Harris expressed frustration on X about what she called an outright abuse of power by the Trump administration. Harris said, "This administration is attacking critics and using fear as a weapon to silence anyone who would speak out." Media corporations, from television networks to newspapers, are capitulating to these threats. "We cannot dare to be silent or complacent in the face of this frontal assault on free speech. We, the people, deserve better." Pete Buttigieg, the former U.S. Transportation Secretary and potential 2028 presidential candidate, slammed Indiana Republicans today for considering a mid-decade redistricting plan. Former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg during at a rally at the State House in Indianapolis on Thursday. Michael Conroy, AP. At a rally at the State House in Indianapolis, Buttigieg, a former mayor of South Bend, vowed to help Democrats fight any redistricting push in the state, casting blame on Trump for pressuring state Republicans to pass new maps that would boost the party in next year's midterm elections. A group of Senate Democrats, including Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, DNY, and Sen. Maria Cantwell, D-Wash, the ranking member of the Committee on Commerce, Science and Transportation, which oversees the Federal Communications Commission, have sent a letter to FCC Chairman Brendan Carr. The letter urges Carr to immediately stop threatening media organizations due to their programming and return to the FCC's mission of ensuring all Americans have access to affordable, efficient communication services. How is the FCC defining the public interest standard to which broadcasters must adhere? To the extent that the FCC has adopted some new ideological or political neutrality test, how is the FCC defining ideological or political bias? Did you, your staff, or any FCC staff have any communication with Disney, ABC, or their affiliates about Jimmy Kimmel, his Monday monologue, or his show between Monday, September 15th, and today? If yes, we expect you to produce copies of all such communications. You publicly stated that ABC and Disney could do this the easy way or the hard way. Please detail the easy way and the hard way you were referencing in making this statement. Additionally, the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee's top Democrat, ranking member Robert Garcia, D. Califf, alongside Representative Maxwell Frost, D. Florida, sent letters to ABC, Sinclair Broadcast Group and Carr today over ABC's decision to pull Jimmy Kimmel off air. The letters request documents and communications among the three entities, as well as all communications between the FCC and the Department of Justice by October 2.